He wakes up at 5:43 a.m., 3 minutes before his alarm. His body won't let him sleep anymore. Some part of him has learned to wake up afraid. The apartment is dark. His wife is still asleep beside him, her breathing slow and even. He watches her for a moment. He thinks about touching her shoulder just to feel the warmth of her, but his hand stays where it is. In the bathroom, he brushes his teeth and looks at himself in the mirror. There are shadows under his eyes that weren't there 5 years ago. He's 39. He looks older. The coffee machine is already set from the night before. While it brews, he opens his laptop at the kitchen counter. 47 unread emails. He tells himself he'll just read the subject lines. 20 minutes pass. The coffee is cold when he finally drinks it. His daughter appears in the doorway at 6:30, dragging a stuffed rabbit by one ear. She's 4. Her hair is tangled from sleep. "Daddy," she says. He looks up from the screen. "Hey, sweetheart. I had a dream about a dinosaur. Was it scary?" She shakes her head. He was nice. He had a hat. She climbs onto the chair next to him and rests her head on his arm. He can smell her shampoo, something sweet. "Can we make pancakes?" she asks. He glances at his laptop. There's a meeting at 8. "Not today, honey. Daddy has to work." "You always have to work." "I know, I'm sorry. Maybe this weekend." She doesn't say anything, just sits there with her head on his arm. He closes the laptop. "You know what? Let's make one pancake, a quick one." Her face lights up. They make one pancake together. She gets eggshell in the batter and he fishes it out with a spoon. When he flips it, she claps. His wife comes in at 6:55, already dressed for work. "I have to go," she says. "Can you drop her at daycare?" "Yeah, of course." She kisses him quickly on the cheek. Her lips are dry. "I'll be late tonight. The Henderson presentation." He nods. He doesn't remember what the Henderson presentation is. At daycare, his daughter doesn't want to let go of his hand. "I want to stay with you," she says. "I know, baby, but Daddy has to work." "You always say that." A teacher comes and gently takes her hand. His daughter looks back at him as she's led inside. She doesn't cry, she just looks. Driving away, he feels something cold in his chest. The office is downtown, 15 floors up, windows that don't open. He's been here 6 years. The same desk, the same view. The meeting at 8 is about quarterly projections. He speaks for 7 minutes about revenue streams. People nod. Someone says "good point" twice. He goes back to his desk and answers emails until lunch. Lunch is a sandwich from the place on the corner. He eats it at his desk while reviewing a contract. He doesn't taste it. At 2 p.m., his phone buzzes. A text from his wife. "Can you pick her up today? Meeting running long." He looks at his calendar. He has calls until 5. "I'll figure it out." He picks up his daughter at 4:30. She's sitting by herself in the reading corner. "Daddy," she runs to him. "Did you have a good day?" "We painted." "What did you paint?" "A house with a garden and a dog." "We don't have a dog." "I know, but in the painting we do." At home he makes her dinner, chicken nuggets and carrots. She eats the nuggets and ignores the carrots. After dinner, she wants to play. She brings him a puzzle. "Can we do it together?" she asks. He looks at his watch, 6:15. His wife won't be home until 8. He has emails to send. "Just for a little bit," he says. They sit on the floor and work on the puzzle. She chatters while they work, telling him about her friend Maya. He's listening, but he's also thinking about the report. At 6:45, he tells her it's time for bed. "But we didn't finish," she says. "We'll finish tomorrow." "You always say tomorrow." He reads her one book. Halfway through the second, she falls asleep. He stands in the doorway and watches her. He thinks about lying down next to her just for a few minutes, but there's work to do. His wife comes home at 8:30. She looks exhausted. "How was she?" she asks. "Good, she's asleep." She sits down next to him on the couch. They're close enough to touch, but they don't. "We should go to bed," she says. "I just need to finish this one thing." She nods. She's heard this before. He works until midnight. When he finally gets into bed, she's asleep. He lies there in the dark, staring at the ceiling. He can't remember the last time they had a real conversation. He can't remember the last time he wasn't tired. This is his life now, not a bad life. He has a good job, a nice apartment, a family, but somewhere along the way, he stopped being present for it. His mind is always somewhere else, on the next deadline, the next meeting. He's become very good at being busy and very bad at being here. The weeks blend together. He sees his daughter in the mornings, sometimes in the evenings, always rushed, always distracted. She stops asking him to play. She stops showing him her paintings. His wife stops trying to have conversations. They communicate in logistics now. Who's picking up? Who's dropping off? At night, they lie next to each other like strangers. He tells himself this is temporary, that once this project is done, once he gets the promotion, it'll be different, but things never settle down. He's 42 when his father dies, heart attack, sudden. At the funeral, people tell him his father was proud of him, that he talked about his job, his success. He doesn't remember the last real conversation they had, just phone calls, quick ones. "How's work?" "Good. Busy." He wonders if his father knew him at all. In the garage, he finds a toolbox, the same one his father tried to teach him to use when he was 10. He didn't want to learn. He was impatient. His father never pushed it, just put the tools away and said, maybe next time. There was no next time. He sits on the garage floor and holds a wrench. His father's hands touched 1,000 times. And he cries. He goes home different for about 2 weeks. He leaves work early. He plays with his daughter. He talks to his wife. But slowly, the old patterns return because it's easier to work than to be present. It's easier to be busy than to be still. His daughter is 7 now. She doesn't ask him to play anymore. She's learned to not need him. One Saturday, she has a soccer game. He promises he'll be there, but there's a crisis at work. He has to take the call. "I'll make the next one," he tells his wife. She doesn't say anything, just takes their daughter and leaves. He watches from the window as they drive away. His daughter doesn't look back. That night, his wife sits down across from him. "We need to talk," she says. He closes his laptop. "I'm not happy," she says. "I know I've been working a lot, but it's just until..." "It's not about the work," she says. "It's about you. You're not here. Even when you're here, you're not here." He doesn't know what to say. "When was the last time you asked me how I am?" Really asked. "When was the last time you played with our daughter without checking your phone?" He can't answer. "You're disappearing," she says, "right in front of us." She's crying now. "I'm sorry," he says. "I know, but sorry doesn't help if nothing changes." He sits alone in the dark. He thinks about his father, about all the time they didn't have. He thinks about his daughter, about the puzzle they never finished. He's been so focused on building a life that he forgot to live it. The next morning, he doesn't check his email. He makes pancakes, real ones, from scratch. His daughter comes into the kitchen and stops, surprised. "What are you doing?" she asks. "Making pancakes. Want to help?" They make pancakes together. She cracks the eggs, gets shell in the batter. They eat breakfast together, all 3 of them. No phones, no laptops. After breakfast, his wife looks at him. "What about work?" she asks. "I'm taking the day off," he says. They go to the park, the three of them. His daughter plays on the swings and he pushes her. She laughs. He hasn't heard her laugh like that in months. For the first time in years, he's not thinking about work. He's just here. But one day doesn't undo years. The patterns are deep. The habits are strong. He tries, he really does. But it's hard because he's been running for so long that being still feels wrong. Because stopping means feeling everything he's been too busy to feel. The loneliness, the regret, the fear that he's wasted it. His daughter is 9 when he realizes he doesn't know the names of her friends. She's 10 when she stops telling him about her day. She's 11 when she starts closing her bedroom door. She's 12 when he knocks and she says, "I'm busy." And he understands that this is what he taught her, that being busy is more important than being present. He stands outside her door with his hand raised to knock again, but he doesn't. And he feels the weight of every moment he missed. Every time she said, "Daddy, watch this," and he said, "In a minute," and the minute never came. He can't get them back. He can only stop making it worse. That night he sits with his wife. "I want to quit," he says. She's quiet for a long time. "I stopped waiting for you to change," she says. "But if you actually do, okay." He gives his notice the next week. He takes a job that pays less, that matters less, that asks less of him. His colleagues think he's crazy. He doesn't know how to explain that he cares about his daughter's laugh more than his career. The first few months are strange. He comes home at 5 and doesn't know what to do with himself, but slowly he learns. He learns to sit with his daughter and help with homework. He learns to cook dinner with his wife. He learns to be bored. And in the boredom, something else emerges. Presence. His daughter is 13 when she comes to him with a problem. She hasn't done this in years. He listens. He doesn't try to fix it. He just listens. "Thanks, Dad," she says. His wife is in the kitchen one night washing dishes, and he comes up behind her and wraps his arms around her. She stiffens at first, then relaxes. "You're back," she says. "I didn't think you'd come back." He's 50 now. His daughter is in college. She calls him sometimes, and when she does, he stops what he's doing and talks to her, really talks. After they hang up, he sits with the phone in his hand. He thinks about the version of himself who missed her childhood. That version of himself is gone now. But the years he lost aren't coming back. He can't redo her 4th birthday, her first day of school. He was there for some of them, physically there, but not really there. And that's the thing that haunts him, not the time he didn't have, but the time he had and wasted. He wakes up some mornings now at 5:43. His wife is asleep beside him. He watches her for a moment, and this time he touches her shoulder, just to feel the warmth of her, just to remember that she's real. He gets up quietly and makes coffee. While it brews, he sits at the kitchen counter in the dark. But he doesn't open his laptop. He just sits and listens to the silence and feels the weight of everything he almost lost.